in a few days. But away from that and now to a matter of security, this time internet security. Now, did you know that you could be downloading things like viruses and other potential harmful, things from the internet through various aspects on your computer, such as Google Play and many, many other things that you interact with on a daily basis? Well, to speak into that conversation with me here in studio is Michael Tumusime. He is the security lead for East Africa at Checkpoint Security, and he's a man with many years, expertise on security around the internet, your email, and associated areas. Karibu sana.
Thank you for having me.
Now, talk to us about this new front for security risks, especially most Kenyans having started to think that the only ways they could be exposed in terms of things like their internet banking and that sort of thing is only through losing of their PIN and such associated things. You are saying that there are new ways that people could be exposing themselves?
Yes. So last year, we then saw a jump in mobile usage. So you now have more mobiles than you do desktops,
yes,
or laptops. So there's a lot of money in mobiles. People do mobile banking. People use things like M-Pesa. And so there's been a shift from the attackers moving from PCs to mobiles. And one of the things about mobiles is that very few people have any protection for the mobile, and yet they use them for a lot of these things. So we do have attackers that have infected applications. So you typically have an application you download from, like you said, the Google Play Store. But what the application does is two things. It does one thing that it promises to do. Yes. So the app is actually useful, and then so you don't uninstall it. But in the background, what it's doing is it's trying to keep a copy of your credentials so that the attacker can then use that to withdraw money from your account or to make M-Pesa transactions.
When you say credentials, people may not know that this could be things as simple as just keeping a record of the keypads that you press, and that's giving away things like your PIN and passwords.
Yes. So typically, if you enter a username, if you enter a PIN, the attacker is able to get a copy of those details. And with those details, they can then log onto a banking website or use a banking app and make transactions appear as though they are from you. Some banks have gone a step further, and they provide two-factor authentication.
Yes. So
you put in a username and password, and they send you an SMS. But what we've seen is that these attacks have access to your SMSs as well. So that doesn't really help prevent some of the attacks.
We've seen instances where people have been really infiltrated to the point where an attacker is trying to establish a new SIM card, where he even goes to the point where he simply asks the machine to send him either a new password, going to take over your accounts on a different location, that sort of thing. What is the way forward so that people can start to protect themselves, having established that this is the problem?
I mean, the way forward is really to have good mobile threat prevention. You must have something that does dynamic application analysis, because some of the things we've seen is that some of these attacks are still possible, even if somebody has a free antivirus. We've seen the new banking Trojan running on phones that we've seen about 8 different free antivirus providers. So the idea is that if you really want to protect yourself, if you want to keep your money in your account, you must invest in zero-day protection for your mobile. And
you're saying that Checkpoint then can be able to lead people in this direction?
Yes, so we do have products for both consumer and for corporate. So for consumer, if you go and search for zone alarms, you'll be able to find something to protect your phone. And if it's a corporate, we have a solution called Sunblast Mobile. If you then also speak to a Checkpoint representative or one of our resellers, they should be able to provide you with the solution.
Okay. Indeed, thank you very much for your time. Unfortunately, we're out of time and have to end it right there. But, of course, to talk to the fact that mobile is indeed the way that most people are in Kenya and this region are getting into the internet, and the fact that your research shows that they are becoming more and more exposed every day. Thank you very much for your insights.
Thank you very much for your time.
Well, on that hopeful note that, of course, that you will take that much more care with how you relate on the internet, what you open, and, of course, purchase some security for yourself. I want to hand you back to my colleague, Abegina, to bring us to a close on KTN Business Today for this